Good morning, everyone. Welcome into Flying with Mike. I hope you all are having a great Wednesday, otherwise known as Hump Day. And as you can tell, we are a little bit under the weather, but we're going to do our best to get this flight in. We are flying from Alice Springs, Australia, down under, folks, over to, or down to, more appropriately, Adelaide International Airport. So on the southern coast. So hope y'all enjoy. We are gonna be in flight factors 767-200 for Ansett, and I really hope today goes well. Can't guarantee there'll be a lot of voice out of me. Hey, keep your cheering down, folks. Goodness gracious, man, give me a heart. Give me a complex. No, just kidding, folks. I get it. I am definitely under the weather today. But we are going to get this flight in. So buckle up, strap in. Hope you all enjoy. 767 ride down to Adelaide. All right, we're up in the cockpit, folks. I pretty much got everything ready to go here. The only things lacking are getting the final checks done overhead. So we're going to do a quick brief here with a minute and a half left to go before the first break, and then come back and get this plane ready to taxi. Sound good? All right, Sim Toolkit. Where are you, Sim Toolkit? There you are. All right, we are going to be coming out of here on runway 12. This is Alice Springs, folks. Now, this is going to be an interesting departure. Probably not a big problem. It's an 8,000-foot runway. So it's kind of pushing the limit on the 767, but only kind of barely. We'll be able to get off with no trouble. As you can see, the winds really favor 1-2. Weather here in Alice Springs, out in the outback, not outback steak, folks, out in the outback of Australia, 090 at 5. Got no visibility, no sky conditions. It's 12 degrees. It's beautiful here. 1023. Remember, this time of the year, folks, it's now their spring. So, hence why we see some nicer weather here. I'll give it some time when we're battling snow and ice up here in the Midwest. They'll be basking in all that tropical desert heat. I know, isn't that a good dichotomy there? To me, sounds pretty tough to have tropical desert heat. All right, so there you have that loadout for today, folks. Got 188 souls signing their non-disclosure agreements. That'll add up to about 43 £100 or 43,000 pounds, and we'll run with a cost index of 30 and 39,000. The heck's going on here? Why all of a sudden do I have 3 minutes of break? Hang on a second, folks. Looks like something went on in the background while I was away for just a few hours. Let me come down here and figure out what the heck happened. Not really sure. All right. Okay. Wow. I didn't see that one coming. They're hitting us for 3 minutes instead of breaking it up like it used to be. All right, well, we'll keep an eye on that. If they go back at it again, we will turn the ads off. So we're not playing that game. I don't know what just happened to override that. So my apologies. We're still looking at a good 5 more ads they have to. What the heck? All right, hang on. Somehow this all changed. So, all right, folks. Well, boy, I really hate this huge delay we have here. Wow. Man, this is definitely not how. All right, folks. Let me first apologize to our followers and viewers just popping in. I am still trying to figure out what the heck is going on here with these ads. Um, that is not how they're supposed to be rolling here, but yet I am showing. I'm going to have to figure out why they put them all at once. We're going to see if they come back. Because right now, the way I'm seeing this, for some strange reason, they're putting them all together right here at the beginning, and I'm really not sure what happened here at Twitch. Everything was going fine yesterday. Oh well. Yeah, you gotta love somebody's got to put their hand in the cookie jar. Try to get more cookies. So, my apology to you all, and if it keeps up, well, we'll just have to live without ads. So, and Twitch will have to suffer. All right. So again, 188 people, 43,000 pounds of payload, 31 or 32,000 pounds of fuel, and we're going out here on cost index of 30. All right, let's get this bird ready to roll, folks, shall we? My again apology to you all. I did not see that one coming. So, oh, so man, for reasons. Oh well, that's on me. So I apologize, folks. All right, so we're back. We're ready. Real quick, let me just pull up the FMC so you can see what we're at. We're going to be taking off flaps 5, slight D rate. We got a 12% CG with a 6.4 trim we'll put in. V1 will be 130, V rotate 133, 141 or V2. Okay. And finally, some of you are new to the Flight Factor 767. I think it's a good aircraft. Let me get you outside so you can see everything here. Yeah, I know, I keep popping in a building. All right, we're at an airport where there are no gates, so you won't use gate config. However, in order to load the plane, which we'll get to down here just a second, you got to have the stairs. You got to have more than likely the GPU. You got to have some power on the plane. Got to have the fuel truck, and you got to have the bus. Then you have to open the doors for people to get in. That's kind of self explanatory, as well as the cargo going in underneath. Now, we did not show cargo, so we'll be explaining that here in a second. So you get, and the LSUs, your luggage loaders, and then you're ready to load. And of course, the fuel truck. Oh, pardon me, folks. All right, now we tucked in. What I do, once I have everything on the deck, I hit maintenance, get any little items performed. Then I come down here, put in my packs from SimBrief, and then my cargo, I just bring my zero fuel weight up to what Sim Toolkit shows us going out of here with. Oddly enough, it had us 188 people, but zero cargo. So my guess is the empty weight does not match the Sim Toolkit or SimBrief. I'm sorry, SimBrief profile. So, and then once you have these numbers in, and of course that's self-explanatory, your fuel weight from your briefing. Once you're in with all of this, click Optimize. And what it'll do is just shuffle it around so that they get the best CG out of the plane. Then simply click Load Unload. Okay, and that's pretty much it. You'll know you're done loading. You'll hear noise going on in your ears. Some of it makes sense, some of it doesn't. Don't worry about it. Track your fuel load. When it gets to where you're supposed to be, like in this case, we're 31,000, stand by, 876 pounds. Rounded up, what is that? 31.9. Boom. When that number hits, you'll hear the noise quit. You'll also, in the EFB here, folks, see the message loading aircraft or something to that effect gone, like you do now. All right. Now, you can get that EFB one of two ways. I've shown you the one out of the plugins, and there's one right by the pilot's knee. Same one. All right, so we've got all the peeps on board, everything but the last bit. So we added 10 to our V2 number. Runway headings 116, 39,000 feet's where we're headed. I'm going to set that to legs. And flight directors are on. So we are set in that department. Okay, I'm going to leave the yaw dampers off. We'll show why here in a second. Left, let's get on up to the top. Left and right yaw dampers, again, will remain off. Our engine controllers are on. Engine hydraulics left and right off for the moment. C1, C2, the electrics are on, and the demands are on. Fuel or cargo heat coming on. Engine start, we're going to go with 2, being it's an even day today, folks. Let's go with the even number. And we're going to go ahead and turn on fuel pump forward left side to be able to run the APU here in a second. Left and right window heats on. Going to go ahead and turn our seatbelt sign on. Cabin altitude, we are set to 20 feet for Adelaide, and we're going to run on auto 2. Again, what I try to do, folks, even days, I go with 2 or the right, depending on what the ignition system says, or on odd days, the odd number. I keep it simple for myself. In the real world, it could be as simple as pilot flying. If he's on the right side, we go on the right one. If it's a guy on the left, we go on the left. It's between the crew members. All right, moving on. Or moving on up. Cab, charts, domes. We're not going to turn the dome on, but we've got everything else turned up. Cabin, charts, dome light. All right, forward cab, mid cab, aft cab, forward cabin, mid cabin, aft cabin, all auto. Trim air's on, recirculating valves, fans are on. Cabin temperature valve set to auto. I have the packs on right now, so the air conditioning unit is cooling the plane. or warming it in this case, I guess. And guess what, folks? That's right. It is time to start buttoning up the airplane. I'm going to fire up the APU. You do not have to do this, folks, but I do. It is this one, the left forward in the real world. I have been told the one they run on for the APU is the easiest one to get to if there is a problem with that, getting the APU to run. Don't know the truth to that or not. Sounds good to me, so we'll go with it. Okay, we'll come down here, see where our APU is. It's already at 100%. That's incredible. Did I already have it on? Oh, cool. All right, APU gen's on. We'll go ahead and come off the gen. You see the flicker? That's the transfer from external power to the APU power. And let's turn the bleed valve on. And in order, again, follow your piping here, folks. So in order for this to connect to the circuit, we have to go here. And these have to be on. See how the circuit works? They do make it a little bit idiot-proof, to some degree. At least this idiot behind the wheel can kind of figure it out. All right, and then finally, let's get everything closed up. Again, go outside, so we'll be in a building, and then we're out. Okay, so you can see all the nice toys sitting out. So we're on APU, we're on the bleed. So let's first pull up the EFB. All right, so LSU can go, GPU can go, fuel truck can go, passenger bus can go, and ACU can go. We're going to go back in, make sure nothing was missed. Everything seems good. We're going to go here, says cautiously, and I'm just going to simply close all doors. Again, we still have the chocks, and we're just making sure all the doors are closed. Appears so. And let's get rid of the staircase. What do you think? I went ahead and got rid of the chocks. Now, I'm going to do one thing. It's your call, folks. I get real tired of hearing the ding, ding when we're flying. I'll tell you about it. After a nice cough. It's this guy, the guy that, gets annoying sometimes. All you have to do is the safety brief. And you can turn that volume down to where you don't hear it. Hang on a second, folks. Got to blow the nose. All right, like I said, we're battling through this cold to bring you the Down Under flight. All right, so in the background, you can hear him yabbering away. We're just going to keep on going. Okay, now how do we know all the doors are closed if we don't go outside? How do the pilots know? They're right here, folks. If you have any lights here, then I would go look outside. Beacons coming on. Ground equipment's clear. Left and right packs are going to be turned off now. All the fuel pumps are going to come on. PA's on. We're not going to need a tow vehicle. I heard that gasp. What? No tow vehicle? Yep. We're going to pull away, folks. And per the checklist, we're starting up the ACARS program for Piedmont Virtual. No, it's not Piedmont, but it's one of the airlines that historical airline group allows. And that's what allows us to fly down here. You know, it's always funny when you tell the CEO that you fly the 727s that he's been so viciously getting rid of, I've seen, that I still fly him down here, down under, and with Piedmont. Oh, I forgot about this airline that we have. Always good to hear. Sorry, folks. Nose is starting to really bug me. But all right, so we're all set, ready to go. So let's get these engines turning, shall we? Oh, wait, let's get online this time. Since that loose nut behind the wheel forgot last flight. Oh, I guess he is still talking. All right. Still can't believe we got 3 minutes of commercials there. It should have only been a minute. Screwed that up at Twitch. Or probably they'll blame it on the loose nut behind the wheel. I know. I'm used to it, folks. I'm used to it. All right. So we are up and running on there. I am just going to make sure we're up and running with Piedmont. Yes, we are. Okay, that's all I needed to know. All right, so getting caught up here. All right, so ACARS. All right, so we're ready to turn the engines. First thing I'm going to do is switch back to the engine view here. Make sure our packs are off. They are. Beacons on. It is. All right, so we're going to start up engine number 2 first, but let's take a look. Okay, we do have pressure, folks. All right, so now let's go back and turn one of them over. When it gets to the magenta line here, folks, you can then turn the fuel valve from idle cutoff to run. And then you'll see them firing up. They go a little faster than normal, so be ready. And I am doing my best here, folks, not to sniffle in your ears or cough. And if I get lucky, sneeze. I know you're all going, sneeze? All right, we're just waiting for this one to settle down. And then we'll turn over number 1. Almost there, folks. And I think we're settled. All right, so let's go up, crank up number 1. Again, there's that magenta line. And run. Run, Forrest, run. All right, every time you saw those flickers, folks, second. Each time was a flicker. It's because your generators were connecting. You set these to on, however, they'll show a fault of some kind in the actual push button. That is because they're actually not running, so obviously they won't connect. When the engine spools up fast enough, they connect and you're good to go. In the checklist, do not open the windows and push the buttons here. Otherwise, you're going to have to shut the engine down, possibly both, perform maintenance, and do it right, which is this one and this one. So, all right, so we got both engines running, spooled, and they are stable. All right, so next up is, well, we got the parking brake already set. Tow vehicles never hooked up. Let's go up top here. Engine hydraulics on. Anti-ice. We will not be needing anti-ice out of here. Left and right engine bleeds on. Left and right packs. Back to auto, sorry. APU bleed. We can turn that off now. As with the APU itself. And turn the generator. Now, if you'd forgotten to turn these on and the generators never connected, turning that APU off would turn the airplane dark. I've done it before, just to see what would happen. Ugh. All right, and that takes care of the after start. All right, so before taxi now, folks. Let's come down here to the middle. Okay, first thing I do, RTO on the brakes. Taxi lights we'll get in a minute. Altimeters. Double check your altimeter setting. Don't necessarily think Sim Toolkit will be up to date with it. I use Sky Vector to back it up with the weather, and we are 1023, 1023, 1023, and I've got it set up. Well, show you how that works. Let me just do that real quick. Okay, got a message here that I intentionally did just so for the demonstration. Altitude disagrees. This one is different than this one over here, which I know you can't see. Hang on. Make it happen. Make the magic happen. This one's at 1023. This one is not. This set screw sets it to whichever one that is. I'm going to go this way. 1023. Boom. Do you see the message go out? It's supposed to happen. And like I said, had we done it with that altimeter, this one would have brought it to this. Unfortunately, you got to set this one. All right, continuing on down. Stabilizer trim. We made mention of this, folks. I think that's far enough. 6.1. A lot of times I don't mess with it because I think it's actually pretty close from the setup, but we'll do it today. Flaps will be 5, 2 clicks. Take it a couple seconds. Flap gauge is right here. EFIS control panel. All right, what we're talking about is right here, folks. First off, we want 200 above ground. No, I'm going 400. Keep that one 200. Now, I'm going to keep it where they're set at. I believe it's 40, and I think they are on 40. Meaning you get a 20-mile radius, and they're both in map. And if you want, you can turn them on data, and that'll show you the constraints, Airbus pilots, the constraints for each fix, or leave it off. Weather radar. Come down a little further. We can actually turn it to weather. I'm going to go ahead and tilt up a little, but we don't want to turn it on either terrain or weather. Okay, now the Reason the yaw dampers are off. Told you we were going to come back to it. All right, let's go right here to status. We're going to do our flight control check. If they were on, you would not see that rudder moving. And I'll prove it here in a second. Okay, we'll do our left. They are slow. What's that yesterday? Which may or may not be a good thing. All right, let's go up here and turn them on. Oh, we got a spike. And that's why I keep them off. It's an old flight sim trick, folks, from long ago that's made its way back in. Or kept its way in, just got to know what to be watching for. All right, so parking brake will come off and we'll taxi to the runway. So, brakes off. And flaps are 5. Here we go. Now, in real life, would 767s routinely see this place? I'm going to say doubtful. Because if all I got's 188 people, folks, that's a 737-900, 757 possibly, A320, 321. So, save the fuel is how I would look at the airline wanting to do this. But this airline went out of business, I think, back in the early 90s. And I'm pretty sure not because of this, but yeah, that would most likely explain to me the aircraft that would really. A320 would have been a good choice in here. Of course, the Fokker and the Dash 8s. I don't know if they had any with handset. Would have been good choices too. All right, coming up to the runway, and you know what? I have yet to connect to VATSIM. I almost did it again, folks. Set the brakes. And I couldn't do it again because we got to get within an hour of departure. I was looking at about an hour and a half out. So, all right. So 16:45. It's a good time to me. Okay, everything's filled in. Oh, excuse me, folks. And we are a B762. All right, we've connected in. Our perf, welcome in. Missed you Saturday. Wished you could have seen. Hope you catch the YouTube flight. Are these flights set by myself, or do I use software that sets them up for me? Okay. Individual departure arrival points I set. SimBrief is what I use to set up the flight. Sim Toolkit, I've integrated it to it. So I can present it in one big, nice little package. But again, I choose arrival, departure, or you, the fans of Flying with Mike, and then I let Sim Toolkit tell me the route. which is usually pretty good. I'm not going to complain too much. Sometimes they get a little ridiculous, but especially with altitudes. All right, so here we go. On to the runway. Maybe. Oh, helps to kill the parking. Oh, my nose. But again, folks, we are going from Alice Springs, Australia to Adelaide, Australia. All right, so we're back taxiing here for takeoff. All right, no problem, no problem. Oh, let me see here. That'll get you over to the YouTube channel, and you should be able to see it in the first couple of videos there. And for anyone else, that's the YouTube link. If you miss anything, we try to get these up that day. Oh, my nose has just decided it wants to just go bonkers right now. Uh, we're still having troubles with that. It's just kind of annoying what they're doing. So, we're going to just kind of, today we're going to wing it with some songs that I know seem to pass both platforms. But those new songs we had, boy, I really like those. And I'm trying to figure out how we're supposed to get those on here because they are non copyrighted material. All right, we're at the end of the runway, folks. All right, brakes are set. Takeoff checks being conducted right now. For takeoff, we need the parking brake. Thrust will go to 60%. We'll show you how that's easy to see. Could end up actually being 70. It's going to actually be pretty close 70. Um, we'll engage toga. There's a secret button for that here in Bad Air 1997. Welcome in, sir. Hope you are having a great day. Where are we here? Autopilot. Okay, speed brakes are set. Lights are coming on. All right, we're gonna have to do it this way, folks. There we go. And LNAV, BNAV, auto throttle set. Okay, flaps R5. Here we go. Timer All right, you see this little line that comes out ahead of the throttle here? I try to get it right in line with this, so that way I know we're set. Brakes off. Toga. Secret button is right here. Toga. .80 knots. V1. Rotate. All right, we're going to get on the autopilot. We're on our way, folks. Okay, we're just waiting to get past here. I'll show it a little better. F speed, and we'll go ahead and go to flaps 1. Let's go into climb. 2. And as you can see, it's going to pull the power back to save a little bit of wear and tear on that engine in this climb. As our power needs meet climb 1, it'll transition to climb 1. Likewise to climb. Still plenty of power to keep the plane in the air. All right, we are successfully past. Flaps are coming up. Put Adelaide behind us. Welcome, folks. Hope you all enjoyed. Fun always to get going here. And looking up at the clock, it's saying 3 hours. I know it's only about an hour and 50 minutes down there, but we got a little ways to go in the climb. All right, after takeoff checks. Gear up, autopilot's on, lights will come off at 10,000, flaps are up, double check, and spoilers are still down, and we are in good shape for the climb out. 10,000 feet will kill the lights, and I think that's pretty close to transition here too, folks. 10,000 is transition, so we'll get to do both at the same time. So again, glad you're part of Flying with Mike today. Pardon the voice, pardon the interruptions, as the cold that you have assumed I have sometimes overtakes, and have to mute the mic. So doing the best we can here, folks. I'd like to get this flight in today, as with the one on Friday. So all right, I wish I could really show when it washes out to climb 1. But basically, whatever the power setting minimum is for or max, I guess that would be the minimum for climb 1. When we reach that within 1, it washes into climb 1 and continues on up until we wash into the minimum for climb, and then it continues on up. It's going to be hard, I know. Okay, we're at 10,000 feet. Let's get the lights off. Okay, and I am going to zoom in, and we're going to set this one to 299. Oops, went too far, folks. Sorry, there we go. 1013 or 2992. Got to set this one manually. All right, and then the secret button again that I told you all about right here. Let me pull back. I don't know if we're going to be able to see it that. Oh yeah, we will. Okay, see how we're still 1023 here? If I click it, all of a sudden it dials back 2992 1013. Flew the 182 in the right seat instead of the left. Little different, isn't it? I never got the chance to really, well, no, I did. I take that back, scratch that. Back in August, I flew right seat. That's a challenge from that side. All the instruments sometimes are over on the left side and you can't figure out what you're doing. But hey, I'm glad to hear that, Mad Air. Good job. Great to hear. Real world flying. Love it. So, and unfortunately, FMC, what's going on here? Insufficient fuel. Let's make sure. Oh, we're fine. 15.9, and I'm set for 15 or 14. Oh, that's good. For me, it was well, first off, it was a challenge just getting back and flying, let alone doing it then from the right seat. Well, that's good that it that you had some fun. That I did not do as landings from over there. That would be a challenge for me for sure. Although the funny thing is, you throw a stick over there, throw a throttle under my right hand, which is in essence what you're doing, flying in the left side of the or right side of the aircraft like you were, and you got my setup here, folks. But it's a stick, not a wheel. But you know, it does actually help out a little. Well, that is awesome, Matt. 1997. Glad to hear. Hopefully your landings weren't better from that seat. All right, we're through 16,000 feet. We're going to go ahead and kill the wing lights. But we're going to keep seatbelts on till top of climb. Our moderator chimed in. He has an interesting, what was the word he used? Hang on a second. Let me look it back up. For the channel points. I'm going to have to think that one over because it kind of is intriguing. So, does make it a little bit of a challenge with the scheduling through Twitch that I do, so you all can see the schedule and what we're doing. But That could be interesting. We'll have to think on that. It's a good idea there, Hawker. All right, folks, we are through 18,000. Let's double check our panel. Lights are off. Back on with the packs. Don't want anyone other than blondes being lightheaded behind us. I just got told the CEO wants a stress ball to hit me upside the head when I say things like that. Alright, so everything looks good up top. Wrong switch, let's go here. Everything's looking good. I'm going to actually flip-flop these. Program or progress and, not initialization, legs. She's got legs. Oh boy, I better not try singing. That hurt. Uh-oh, here it comes. All right, so we are on the way. Let's outside the airplane again. I really would love to get a sound set for one of these and see how much better it is. All right, folks. Now, yesterday, I was given some news by Hawker. Hang on, it's a little noisy here. Get up here where it's a little quieter. That X-Plane has a little bit of news out here, kind of a roadmap update. Some of you who may be in X-Plane get the emails. But they had I still, by the way, Hawker, haven't gotten the email. I do have it from X-Plane, which is quite hilarious. The roadmap from here out with X-Plane 12, starting with X-Plane 8. So when X-Plane 6.07 shipped, basically what they did here, folks, did some updating of how they use the VRAM. They improved the clouds a little more and some other things. New Cirrus clouds, new cloud renderings or improving of cloud renderings, and an open XR integration for VR ecosystems. That's all gibberish to me. Now, going on from there. So, before version numbers, our old dot system, hang on a second, I'm just going to read it because it's too hard to edit as I'm reading. Our old one dot scheme was fun and easy to understand, but it had one fatal flaw. It's limited the amount of patches we could ship for X-Plane 12.xx. Giving us only so many numbers to play with. So, with the next update coming, which will be the 08 would have been the 08. It is going to ship as 0.8, and from then so on. So, so again, in the past it would have been 12.06, 12.07. Now it's going to be 12.0.8. And they are currently beta testing, which I haven't gotten, which is weird, 0.8. And basically the update will focus on improving the flight model. That's the mathematical model they use to determine how aircraft fly within the sim, which I think is far superior than everyone else. Networking and multi-monitor tools for X-Plane. They have a cute picture of a warped blending monitor here for X-Plane professional licenses. I didn't even know that existed. So, engine model improvements coming, landing gear physics, and fuel temperature modeling. So be looking for that. Then with X-Plane 12.1.0, they're going to go into graphics. Improve the weather engine, clouds, light booms, robust contrast adaptive sharpening, whatever that means, and a whole bunch of other things. So looking forward to that. They're working on upgrading the G1000 pages. So those of you that like that, I don't understand that. That's why you don't see the Cirrus flying much. So, and airliner styled weather radar. Yay! So looking forward to all that. So that's what's coming. Now, the downside. There is a pricing change coming, folks. Not to those of us that have X-Plane already, but those who will start, I don't know when this takes effect. They are raising the base price from $59.99 to $79.99 over the next few months, so they can expand their team and provide even more realistic simulations. So, I'm sorry to deliver the bad news, but for those of us with it already, thank goodness we don't have to pay the extra 20 bucks. But I could paint a brighter picture. It's still loads cheaper than that other one, and much better. So, you choose. Anyway, he wanted me to say I was the first yesterday, but I want to make sure and get it right. And if I have to get it from the horse's mouth, I do, because I don't want to be one that says, "Hey, what do you mean you're spreading that? We didn't want that out to the public," until they put it out to the public. So, all right, so there you have it, folks. Interesting stuff coming. Didn't mean to bore you, but ought to be interesting times with X-Plane 12 coming ahead. Okay, we're through 31,000. And guess what? It'll probably still look the same out there. It does. You're in the outback, folks. Crocodile Dundee is down there somewhere. Probably at the Outback Steakhouse. Or I should say Outback Rock House. Anyway, yeah, I know, boo. We're just crossing over. Interesting continent below us, folks. Interesting. So I would love to visit it, as do many people. But I always wanted to visit it as a truck driver, because of seeing all the neat truck trains they run down there. But now I just want to visit. So, all right, folks. I know you're tired of hearing this scratchy, sick voice, so I am gonna switch over and let some music play on to rest said voice. So, we are currently 1 hour, 12 minutes away. Didn't he just say 2 hours, 3 hours away? Wow, we lost a lot of time in that climb, folks. Wind, that helps. 262 at 85. We're grounding out at 490, true airspeed of 470, so that all helps. So we'll get back to you here shortly. I'm going to go mend the voice and, as my granddaughter says, get some tennis shoes for tissues. So we'll be back here shortly, folks, for the arrival brief. We'll keep it short and simple and get us in here. Top of climb, looks like about 30-ish miles out. See you in a few. All right, I'm back with y'all, folks. Um, Hopefully we get done before the something weird and I think totally stupid about to happen in the United States at 1:20 my time. Um, Matter of fact, I don't even think they really should have that authority to do what they're doing. But that's just me. So they're going to do a test, and I don't know what it's going to do to us who are in the middle of doing things, because I don't think they should be able to dominate our computers, our cell phones, and our stuff. If we don't want them to, we should be able to turn them off very easily. And I'm in the emergency response world, and I don't think it needs to be nation or all of a sudden we'll tell you how you'll take it. So anyway, that could happen. Hopefully, we can get on the ground before it. It's going to be close. We'll see. Don't know if that's going on worldwide or not, but it's definitely going to be a pain in the rump in the United States. So, all right, folks. So, enough of that sad, crappy news from the United States government. Um, let's continue on, shall we? Got about an hour and 5 minutes to Adelaide, so we'll see how this goes. All right, Hawker asked me to also talk about a video he sent me last night. A young gentleman, I'm assuming, from Flaky World, I mean Shaky, I mean California, um, bought a jet. I guess he got it pretty cheap. Got it all fixed up, flyable, and now he's finding out what it takes to upkeep said jet. By the way, it is a Citation. Um, I don't know what. I don't even remember the version he said. But anyway, that's costing him an arm and a leg, and the arm and a leg off of everyone he knows. So, just be forewarned, if you think owning a private jet is the way to go, power to you. Be ready to sell house, home, kids, everything to be able to afford to upkeep it, let alone put fuel in it. But, there are people that are doing quite well and can quite easily afford that, and power to you. I got better ways of spending that kind of money, but hey, I get it. You want to avoid things and get there on your time, not someone else's time. So, but just be forewarned the cost, because unless you know how to fly it, you also got to buy a crew. So, although he did misspeak in a couple of areas about propeller planes, but I'm not going to gig him too hard because he did misspeak a little. There's more to a small plane than just an annual you got to worry about. And but anyway, it was kind of funny to listen to. And I will tell him this, well done video. I did like the video. I found it entertaining. But yeah, well, that's my way of commenting to you, sir. And I really hope you hit follow and subscribe over on our YouTube channel. So, anyway, folks, we are on our way, just about to go under an hour to Adelaide, southern part of Australia, kind of due west of Melbourne. Places I would love to see. Not really sure what all I want to see down there in Australia, but I would just love to go down there. I think I'm more New Zealand I would rather see than Australia. Sorry, Aussies. But I'm sure there's a lot to see and do down there. Once we got there, I'm sure we'd figure out something. So, I hope your Wednesday, or as I like to affectionately call it, as everyone else, hump day. Mike. You're flying with Mike. And hope you all have a great day. And for those of you in the rest of the part of the world are going, what the heck was that? There's a commercial for Geico. Geico Insurance here in the United States with a camel walking through. Mike. So, anyway. And if you've seen Geico commercials, you know they're kind of, it is what it is, you know. It's, to America, I guess, their idea of entertainment. So, and we're glad, though, you chose us, and we hope to do a little better on the landing in Adelaide than what we did yesterday. But I will say, if you get the chance, Marperf is 100% right. Going into Santo Dumont, don't go the cheap, lazy way, folks, and come in from the south to the north. Come in, landing north to south. I forget the runway numbers off the top of my head. Folks, you're in for a challenge with that RNIP approach to a 43, was it 4,300 foot runway, 4,500? You've already got it. Very short field with a 737 or an Airbus. Wait for it, folks, because we're going to do a flight here soon out of there. It's easier usually to come in than it is to get out. So that is going to be the challenge, a short field takeoff. So, and they do it, folks. This isn't, like I said, folks, Airbuses and 737s hit this airfield routinely. I'm going to find out a route that I will fly out. I have one in mind. I'm going to see if they actually do it in real world, because, folks, you can't go out very heavy. So you only have 4,000 feet of runway to work with. Oh, yeah, and there's a little bump in the ground at the end, a hill. I think it's a couple thousand feet high, that you're going to have to turn left or turn right to miss. So that's coming. I just got a few other flights I need to knock out to keep current with Virtual Airlines and help them stay current in other things with Sim Air Force. All right, so we're on our way. We're under an hour, folks, and the 767 will be in Adelaide here shortly. You know what? I don't know if I turned off this. I sure didn't. I am so mean to the passengers. There we go. Seatbelt signs are off, folks, and let's take a look outside, shall we? The one thing I don't like about some of these airliners is the auto. Let me see if it's still down over here. Oh, it was down earlier. Now it's raised. The shades go up and down, but you don't control them. The software does. Crystal clear skies. And no, folks, that's not snow on the ground, that's lakes. But again, thanks for being a part of the flight today, folks. Feel free, join us as we head into Adelaide. I haven't even looked, to be honest. Do we have any ATC? No, we don't. Uh-oh. Hang on. We're not even squawking. Oh, that's not good. I'm surprised someone's not yelling at me. What's going on down here? Doink. There we go. All right, one thing I was remiss in talking about, I see the problem. Let me pull it up here so you guys can get, we were talking about this yesterday. Today we have it. Okay. Remember, okay, now you just saw me come on, well you didn't. Mode C was not on. This is why in this one. I was in standby. As soon as I went to alt off, it comes on. Technically, you're good. But go ahead, go to Terra. But now if you notice, look next to 122.8 and what is it, 121? Yeah, 121.5. See how the buttons are not bold? You just barely see TX, RX. That is because they're not active here. You can click to your heart's content. What I do is go here and then back. Now, TX is lit up, means you can now transmit, but you still will not hear anyone till you pull up. And then I usually will turn the volume, make sure it's all the way up. So now, once you see TX, RX bold, emboldened here, now you can transmit on TX, receive on RX. This is what I was getting into. And guess who didn't do it today? This guy. So, all right. So, we could have got into a situation where controllers were pinging us by text. Why can't you talk? Why aren't you squawking mode C? Because I don't want to, man. Really? Come on. I don't want to. No, but that's why. Now, in the Airbus, we kind of... Okay, didn't understand the thing he said. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. But anyway, folks, there you have it. The Airbus, a little bit more tricky in sometimes getting that mode C to show up, but I think we went through that pretty well yesterday. All right, we're in the air. Let's see who's around us. Oh, a whole bunch of VFR traffic ahead of us. All right. Ugh, it's coughing spells. Ugh. All right, coffee's not probably the best thing for a cold, but why not? Yep, a bunch of Cessnas and a VL3, whatever that is. Playing down here in southern Australia. And we're going way further down. It looks like more like a peninsula we're headed down to. Melbourne at the very bottom. We're kind of think of it like Florida. You got Tampa, and then you got Miami. Kind of looks like that if you want to make it analogous. And I did not mean to insult you, Australia. All right, so on we go. We need, okay, so we are good with our heading. Hang on, I want to make sure we're not getting into copyright protections here. Okay, we're good. A couple more songs and then we'll repeat. so we fly on with 50 minutes to go. All right, let's get into that arrival brief, shall we? And I am going to kind of back off the music just a tad. And we're going to walk through this. We're going to use the charts program. And then we'll use the FMC. But we want to make sure the FMC is good to go. Okay, let's go ahead and pull that off for now. Charts. Okay. Hang on a second. It's moved. It moved. There we go. Much better. All right. Wait, now it looked like it went back. There we go. Ooh, wait. There we go. All right. Yeah, it just looked like it had moved. I wanted to make sure you could see everything on it. All right, so you can see where we are. And those aircraft are flying down around in here. We're getting ready to overfly them. Adelaide right down there, folks. All right, today we're flying the PAMI 6 Victor arrival. Margot.
On final runway 24, X-ray Papa Echo 398.
Stand by, folks. I am going to turn my radio down. Alright, so Margot. Well, first let's go through the top. I am really remiss here in doing this sometimes. ATIS is 116.4 or 134.5. 20 feet above sea level. Transition 11,000. So you can see from northern or middle Australia, transition was one level. Southern parts a different level. Not like the Not like the United States where everything's 18,000. Non-jets only. Of course, I did not see that when I picked it. Oh well. We're sticking to it, folks. Hang on, let's see who popped in here. Bad attitudes here. Welcome aboard, sir. Hope you're having a great day. Alright, so we're going to be flying Margot, Iscot, PAMI, and then down to Porta. Now, my game plan is to fly out heading of 042 and then swing in for the ILS Yankee 23. Hang on, let me see. I just saw something that said routing here. Oh, visual. Okay. Again, it is for non-jets, and I screwed that up. Alright, so we'll head out to Gully and start our approach. It's about a 15-mile... Yeah, 15-mile DME run-in. Okay. ATIS approach, tower, and ground across the top. Now, we will have to set up... when did it do that? What the heck? Hang on a second, folks. Oh, I know what I was doing. Never mind. Alright, we'll let the airplane speed back up. Okay, so 109.7's our localizer. We will be putting that in. 120 or 222 for the final approach course. Jugti or JUGTI, which is roughly 5 miles out, 1,320 MSL or 1,300 feet above the ground. We have to be at that point, folks. We should be on glide slope. 270 is our decision altitude. Difference here is one, we're just on the glide slope. The other is that's where we decide land or go around. That's at 270 MSL or above sea level or 250 above the ground. Same little point in the sky, folks. Just how you read it is what the difference is. And we'll set up for 250 AGL. Okay, and then missed approach looks like a straight out to where are we headed to? Oh, just straight out 3000, then come back via ATC. So here you go, folks. Gully, Morpy or Mopry, Jug T 1.5 and away. 1.5, by the way, folks, is where they're estimating your missed approach point at. Okay. And to do a 3-degree descent, will probably be right around 140, so about 743 to 800. Coming down once we're on the glide slope. If we lose it, that's what we got to aim for. And then these are the altitudes if the glide slopes out. Okay, we do have approach lights today, which we did yesterday. Hiles, Pappies on both sides. Again, 270 and 250, and we need at least 0.8 kilometers for the approach. And if we have a flight director, autopilot, or HUD, it's 1.2 if we don't. So there's your charts, folks. Now, why is the FMC up? Let's go back here to PAMI. Part of me is half tempted to get rid of it. Go in here and see if maybe there is. What did I just do? I don't want that. No. Go away. Let's just take a look for runway 23. See what the salt gives us. Oh, that's what we should have ran. We're gonna stay on what we're doing. We're just, because that's not part of my approach. Octon. So, anyway, folks, there's Margot, Iscot, Hammy below 7. Porta. Alright, now we have a discontinuity here. I'm using that as a vector out to gully and then in. Alright, and then everything looks good. So we're good to go here. Cancel. Back out here. Alright, so there you have it, folks. That's what our arrival is going to look like. I am not getting beyond what again. I use... did you see the price increase? I know of the price increase, but it shouldn't affect us if we have X-Plane already. If you don't, then yeah, you're going to pay 20 bucks more. But welcome aboard, Bad Attitude. It's about time you showed up. What do you think? Work keeps you away? All right, let me get rid of charts here so you all can... Alright, so, and I used the 250. Okay, I'm not sure where that was. So, alright, so we'll continue on in. Everything's looking good. Kind of confused with what he's trying to say.
Direct linear traffic, echo Charlie, Julie Victor Charlie on final runway 1808 for switch and go. X-ray Papa Echo 9281.
Alright, while we're going through here, trying to figure out what is going on below us. Hearing a lot of radio traffic, but none of it's making any sense. Alright, so we're set up for our arrival. Turn that up, see if that helps. And what I'm going to do is go ahead, take a look at our preliminary speed. 130. Okay, so we're going to actually be a little under 800 feet a minute. Come down here. Whoops, not there. Come down here. We're going to set 109.7. And there we go. There. Now, the thing here is, folks, this is for your ILS only. Everything else VOR navigation-wise is set here. Actually, let me do it the easy way. Here and here, you would just push these to manual, set the course you want to follow. Okay. Everything else is set up for the ILS only down there. So, alright, and we are now set. We're showing 131 for our VREF, so we'll come in at about 140. And just for those of you curious, Adelaide Airport, we're going to be landing on a 10,100 foot runway. And we'll just kind of park somewhere in the middle there. We're not too particular where they stuff us at in that terminal. I wonder if we see any of them if I pop out. Nope. I think they're up here where all these lakes are. And again, for those of you that are not subscribers, if we go into another lengthy break, hopefully the next time we fire the stream up, that will be corrected. I do not know what Twitch did to... I know what they did. It wasn't the streamers that did it. Twitch went in and changed the policy so that we have to go in and go a different route. So that way they get their money. So my apologies to you all, but boy, really hate when they do that. And of course they're never going to tell the actual streamers so they can be ready and set up for it. Oh well, anyway folks, so we're rolling on. We are currently about 30 minutes out of Adelaide. Top of descent now stands 140 miles out, and we're going to begin to come down here. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, it's just kind of cold I've had here for the last day and a half. Alright, let's see what's going on. They got awful quiet, which makes me nervous. VL3. What the heck is a VL3? Oh. Really? It's an evolution? Oh, that's why it looks like a jet. Oh, okay. On sim aware, it looks like a jet when it should be a prop. Oh well. Welcome to VATSIM, folks, and nothing ever looking like it should in their tracking software, let alone model matching. All right, so I would love to see what that shows up as in model matching. All right, we are coming in. Let's see, we're here. WR. Still got a good 100 miles or so to go. So enjoy the music here for a little longer, folks, and we're going to get it turned off when we start down. So enjoy the ride, and looking forward to the arrival into Adelaide. And as the message just came up, we would love to have you over at Discord. If for just to continue conversations after the stream, would love to chat with you there. Bad Attitude's always over there. In between streaming and working. Hawker pops in from time to time. All of us do. So join us over there, folks. The invite is on the screen. And look forward to hearing from you. If you have flight suggestions, we do have an area for it. I'd love to hear your ideas. We had a great one from Marpin on the run to Santos Dumont. That was fun, sir. Very, very fun. And look forward to trying to get out of there now. We did this into, where was it? In Connecticut. A short runway, similar in nature, but nothing tricky approach-wise like that one. But getting out was tough with a 737, folks. You really gotta have nobody on board. So that was an interesting flight. So I look forward to when we schedule up that departure. Don't look for it to go very far, folks. It'll go farther than Rio at the other side of the bay. But I can't imagine going any further than Sao Paulo, places like that. No idea where he is. I'm sure he's one of these Cessnas or with that other VL3. But interesting. So, I hope y'all have a great rest of your week. I gotta work tomorrow, but Friday we're gonna... Not sure yet what time we're gonna kick it off, but we're gonna fly from Tokyo back over to South Korea, into Seoul, Korea, that is. But we're not going over to Incheon. We're going into Gimpo. So, that was a fun departure the last time we did it, so we're going to try it again. Hopefully. We'll see how the schedules work out with the virtual airline I plan to fly with. So, but other than that, folks, we've had a great time. Be in on the ground here shortly. Again, apologize for the sicky sound to the voice. Happens with colds. I'm kind of gonna hope and pray this is the only cold I get of the year. You can get it now, you're set through winter. At least that's how it's been in the past. We'll see. Wow. Almost does look like snow below us, folks. I have a feeling those are dried up lake beds, but still quite interesting. Okay, so let's see here what we have ahead of us. We're about 75 miles out, so let's get our latest, greatest weather out of here. Okay, we're coming in to 230 winds at 13. Oh, what do we got? Limited visibility. We got a few clouds from 34, 44. Oh, we got a ceiling at 54. So, all right, and it's 13 degrees here too. So, not too shabby, folks. So we'll come on in and see you all on the ground. All right, we're going to go ahead, hold up the music here, and go through our pre-flight or our pre-descent checks, shall we? All right. 80 miles out. Okay, seatbelts. We're going to get those to auto. We're going to do that in the descent. FMC, we've got the frequency and course. We've entered the flap speeds and verified the ref. What that means is we selected this line select, put it here. So we're expecting full flaps, 30 degrees, 131 knots. Our ILS is 109.7, verified. Over here with our chart, 109.7, 222, 222 for the heading. Auto brake, 10,000 feet. Let's go to EFIS. We called 250. So let's set this one to 250. All right, they are set, and I'm going to go ahead and put constraints on. All right, folks, and finally the ILS pedestal is set, and let's see where we stand. 55 mile out. All right, we are going to make sure there's no intermediate hangups here. All right, but I am gonna check the one we should have flown. Oh, that's why it was showing those. Okay, those are, yeah, for RNAV approaches. Oh, this one isn't. Okay. Any speed? All right, we really don't have any altitude coverage here, folks, so go ahead, just put that in just as a backup, even though we're pretty much flying it. Okay, and finally, so for us coming down, let's get down to 7,000 at Porta, and then we'll use the outbound to get us down to around 3,800 by gully, actually thereabouts. All right, sound good? Sound capiche? Hang on a second. 40 miles. We're gonna set 7,000. Only sucky thing here, folks, it takes a little bit to get it down that far. All right, to do descents in this plane, a little bit of a challenge. You only have a couple ways to do it. Go to descent, click descent now. Or VS, set in and go. I don't think flight level change will help much, but you can't push it. Okay, so we're going to go to descent here in a moment. Matter of fact, we're going to go ahead, start now, drag required. We are starting our descent, folks. And I think I'm going to have to take over speed. Okay, we're going to go ahead and come on down at 0.80 for now. And then go from there. You can see where the computer predicted it, still about 25 mile out. We're going to go ahead and start down. All right, folks, we're going to begin our descent.
Olympic time, Charlie Julie Victor Charlie, right, downwind, runway 24.
Let's make sure we don't have traffic down where we're headed. Looks like it's all behind us. Adelaide is there. Okay. All right, folks, I am going to kind of rest the voice here, so we're just going to kind of descend, letting the plane do a lot of the talking.
Olympic time, Charlie Julie Victor Charlie, major final runway 24 for touch and go. Adelaide, Victor Charlie.
Okay, what I was looking for there, folks, is where is the descent marker, and I couldn't really see it. Some showers beginning to pop up around Adelaide, so this could turn into some fun. All right, continuing on in. All right, folks, we're back with you. Again, my apology to the new viewers that might have came in during that lengthy commercial break, and followers. I'm just not happy with Twitch and changing policies, really without notice that I ever got. Yeah, they threw us with 3 minutes every 2 hours instead of the 3 minutes spread out over the hour that I had. They decided to get rid of my way of doing it. Anyway, I hope to have it next stream back to the right way. Hopefully I can double check that before starting. Of course, this is a sheepish way to plug it, but ad-free viewing is available through subscriptions. They're about $5, I believe, $6 a month, and you will get it for ad-free. But that is a cheap way to make people do that. I do apologize, folks. Um, don't really agree with a lot of things Twitch does, but unfortunately, you're the kind of the only dog in town. Guess what? You get to make the rules. So it is what it is. All right, so we are coming down here. We're through 16,000 feet. We got the seatbelt signs on. I'm going to make sure I got the wing lights on. And again, I am flying the wrong approach. I did not catch in the little fine print, non-jet approach only. You know, let's look at it that way. We're a non-jet, right? Yeah, we kind of are. And a heavy one at that, too. Oh well. And it happens, folks. So the good thing is no controllers as of yet. And we are slowly making our way into the Adelaide area. We're about to cross Margot, which is the start of our arrival on down to Pammy and then Porta. Pammy, we just need to be below 7,000 feet. So that's why we're set for 7. All right. So there's a quick recap. Hey, if you want to see it real quick, I'll put it up here. I'm not afraid. Whoop, I hit the wrong button, though. Don't mind that guy behind the curtain. There we go. So there you get an idea of the arrival, folks. We'll come in over Margot, and we'll go ahead and show it. See, it's in the little fine print there. I missed it. Margot to Iscot to Pammy to Porta, and we're gonna fly out 042ish out to where we turn in for the ILS. All right, real simple. So he says. So, all right, folks. So let's get in here. I'm going to go ahead and start slowing us up to 240. Of course, we can't get rid of it. I had my phone set to where these alerts would not go off. Don't say that back there, CEO. I don't want to. I'm gonna warn you folks in the next 2 minutes if you get your ears blasted out compliments of the United States government. My apology. So, you can thank your Biden administration for that stupidity. Hey, we're starting to get some paint here on the radar. I think, though, that is false returns. By the way, it's angled down. Let me bring it up even, see if that clears it. It sometimes does show up pretty good, the radar. All right, and we're still cooking along here, folks. Hang on. Set the speed, and the speed brakes are coming out. You know, if you didn't know how you're reading this gauge, folks, you would have thought we were doing 500 knots. It's the Mach number. Oh, I tell you. Okay, we have leveled off at the infamous 7,000 feet and 240 knots. Cruising over here, and we'll start our descent again after Pammy. All right, folks, so I hope y'all are enjoying, and it's been a fun ride so far. So, out of curiosity, not too bad out that window, and a lot of water out that window. All right, folks, so we are on approach here to Adelaide. Welcome aboard. Hope y'all enjoy. And hang on a second. All right, so alrighty, so here we go, folks. I was just told Alexis off was late to the game. Well. All right, so let's get in here and see where we are in relation to Pammy, which is 10 miles out. I'm going to set us down to 5,000. And we'll get ready to descend here in a minute. Pammy again was at or below 7,000 feet. All right, coming over Iscot. Oh, sorry, folks. Oh, getting some coffee on a sore throat. All right. You're just about to. Make that turn now to Porta. I am going to go ahead and start our descent nice and easy down. Heading to Porta. Now you'll notice I try to keep my heading bug pretty close to what we're doing here. We're not going to be probably able to shoot a close-in visual like that 5 miles. So what I'll do is plan to fly 042 off of Porta until we're abeam gully, and then we'll swing in for an appropriate intercept of the ILS at around 4,000, 4,500. Right, we're doing a little bit of the salty arrival. Here we go. Get over Globe and then out to Eliza. So again, hope y'all are enjoying the ride. Those of you tuning in, I hope you like the channel, and if you do, smash that follow button. That way you'll be able to follow us on our next adventure. You'll get an email letting you know that. If you're over on the YouTube channel, folks, smash that subscribe and like button so we know the kind of content you're looking for, and we'll do our best to keep that in mind. All right, we are in the thick of it now. Let's get our altimeter set appropriately. Current altimeter, what is it? 1022. Hang on, folks. I'm going to have to zoom in a little more. Ugh. All right, so here we come, folks. As we head out here, getting ready to make the turn for Gully. Okay, we're slowed to 230 at under 230 at Eliza, and we're just about abeam Gully. Get just to where the back half of the triangle is even with it. We'll make our turn to intercept. Okay. Got a smattering of rain out here. You can, it's kind of hard to see. But, all right, there we are. So let's go ahead, turn inbound, and we're going to slow as well. Go ahead and slow up to 200. Now, I saw something on this ILS that we need to pay attention to. RP 185 to 160. Okay. We're at 200 coming around. Okay, we got localizer available. Glide slope available. Okay, and we are below flap speed. Let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and... Are you kidding me? Oh, there we go. Good. We're back to schedule. Good. All right, so we're in one of two ads. Looks like for about the 1 minute, like we were supposed to be. Okay, and we should be getting ready to grab the localizer, folks. We are set approach, so glide slopes next. Looks like we're starting to come out at the bottom. All right, we'll see how we line up here, folks. Again, welcome in. Glad to have y'all. Smash that follow button if you're new. And let's get ready. That was good. Didn't have my landing lights on. Bad pilot. Okay, when in doubt, just go up. All right. Okay, we're looking for the airport, folks. And I need to slow up now to 160. And we're going to get laps into 5. Adelaide traffic and set 54 heavy on the ILS at Gully, inbound for landing 23. All right. Come with the glide slope, folks. Now, in this bird, all you got to do to activate the speed brakes, like they were coming on, is just click on them. And that should put them in auto. Okay, we should be glide slope. Still don't see the runway, but we'll keep looking. Okay, so it's going to be way out by the coast. Okay. All right, we're at 160. Flaps 10. I think I'm starting to get the outline of a runway. We'll proceed in a little further and then we'll kill the autopilot. Gear down. About 10 miles out. Okay, now we're allowed to 160 to 150 all the way to about 5 DME. So, since we're crossed Morphe, I'm going to slow to 150 and another notch of flaps. Take it all the way down to 150, and then after Jug T, we'll set up for VREF because that's technically where we're supposed to be, or V approach. Adelaide traffic and set 54 heavy, approximately 8-mile final for 23 in sight, gear down. Definitely have the runway in sight. Okay, and definitely want to be firm. 30, 131. Okay. Folks, back up here. Got the Pappies in sight. We are right down the runway. Okay, we're coming firm on the Pappies. Landing 2-3. Landing stable. 'Again, I didn't really Well, I planned for a certain exit and, well, we passed it, but we're going to be getting off at Fox 4. Sorry, Hawker, that's not a missile fire. All right, but welcome into Adelaide, folks. I hope y'all enjoyed it. It was a great flight overall. Enjoyed the little GA traffic midway through. Thank you guys for that. I probably could have made Fox 3, I think it is. But you know what? This is just good enough. Adelaide traffic in set 54 heavies clear of runway 23 to the gates. All right, folks, welcome again. Fun flight, as always, down under. Only thing that would have made it better is if I didn't have this pesky cold. Nothing we can do about that, though. All right, let's go ahead, start in on strobes, lights. Apu. Switch. Okay, flight director's off. Let's get down here and get terrain radar, weather radar, that all off. And move you up, down, or up. However you want to call it. All right, folks, like I said, we're just going to find some place in the middle to park it. Got to get over here to, I think it's Alpha, and then we'll work our way over to the terminal. Fun time, though, folks. Fun time, as always, down under. All right, radar off. TCAS there. And I think good. There we go. All right, we're going to go ahead cross 1230. 1230. Got that oddball in there. As we come into the area here. Again, we're going to make a turn here. Just past the runway. Onto what looks like Alpha 4. Right, and then come around the horn here. And looking for Kilo Lima. One of those two will turn into the terminal. If any of you are from Australia, the Adelaide area, know where this airline used to park, I'd love to head right for it, but fortunately it was gone before I even knew it existed. Let me rephrase that. It was gone just after I left the Air Force almost, in the 1990 time frame. we'll pick somewhere in there. All right, but again, thanks for being a part of Flying with Mike, and look forward to seeing you on future flights. Next up, like I've told everyone in the air, we're going to be Friday, if everything is firing on all cylinders as I hope. We're going to take off from Narita International, Japan, and head over to Seoul, South Korea. Gimpo is the name of the place. Ought to be fun. And we'll just go ahead turn in here. Turn some more lights off. All right, which gate do y'all think we should head to? Well, thank you, Marperf. Thank you for Perf being part of the show. Appreciate you. And I'll try to give you a heads up here when we're gonna blast off out of Santos Dumont. I'm just gonna take this one on. Hang on a second, folks. Let's see if we see our call. I think we're going. Yeah, we'll just go up to the third mark there. Yeah, third mark looks good. Let's call ourselves a 737. All right, that's good enough. Parking brake set. APU Gen is waiting for us. Blast over, put the bleed on. Lights are indeed off. Yep, okay. And folks, I think it's time to shut this puppet down. All right, transponders standby. Okay, engine selectors off. I thought I could do it from that angle, but I can't. All right, engine selectors off, fuel cut off, fuel pumps coming off, except for the APU. Seatbelts. And for now, let's bring the jetway in. Whoop. All right, folks, welcome in. Y'all enjoyed. Let's wrap this up here. We'll see if I see anything. Nothing right off the bat with Piedmont. Bear with me, folks. I'm going to have to log back in. It's kind of a pain in the rump, but whatever. Viewing? Oh, it's already approved. Connected. Everything looks good. Yeah. Let's see. What did we get for landing rate by them? It's not going to tell. Oh, there it is. 228 feet a minute. Not bad. We'll take it, folks. Anytime. Twice on Sundays. All right. We are the only one here in Adelaide. And like yesterday, folks, I will be right back. I need to make a quick run to the restroom. Be right back. Again, my apologies, folks. We're back. Let's take a look at this flight. Oh, and my computer over here decided to go funky again. Okay, there we go. That is a aviation term there, funky. All right, so let's get Sim Toolkit up here, shall we? There it is. Let's see what they got us at. 412 feet a minute. It's funny how the airline gets us in the 200s and Sim Toolkit gets us in the 400s. Don't know where that disparity is. It is what it is, though. All right, so finish the flight first so we can get it into our logbook. Once there, it'll look just like this. Click the flight, and you can then begin to go through the details. Go view details. Okay, 2-hour flight, 700 miles. There's our fuel burn, and there's our landing. It looks not bad, folks. Right on the numbers. Landing report. Hey, this time it's at least on the right runway. Unlike yesterday that had us, we were pegged on the wrong runway. All right, so you can see the basics. We were 1,750-ish feet down the runway, about 18 feet off the center line. Again, the bigger the plane, if you're not on the center line, folks, it gets a little nerve-wracking, but saving grace, 148 feet wide. So you do have some playroom. Not much, but you have some, so you don't take out lights. All right, let's get down into the nitty-gritty. 3.5 was the pitch. Our heading was off by about a degree. And like it says here, 412 at 129, 1.4 Gs. You know, overall, that's not bad. I like to do this just for letting y'all know. These big marks right here on the runway, that is your visual cue. Hint, hint, ILS and PAPIs are going to be close by. They're all aiming you for right here. Hash marks are 500 feet apart. So 10,000 foot runway, here's where technically the landing zone ends. You can see they have gone long, but for the most part, they're between this one and this one. So, gives you an idea where they're generally landing. And of course, if you start seeing them at the other end, these hash marks, and you're still cooking down the runway, yeah, you either might want to just punch it and get back in the air or really get on the binders. All right, so there you go, folks. Great landing, in my opinion. I thought it was really good. I didn't see problems from my standpoint, but that's like I said, don't know what Piedmont records versus Sim Toolkit because it now really seeming big differences between them. Maybe there's a bounce. Who knows? We'll find out. Or at least we hope to. Make sure I wasn't. Okay, I don't have chalks out. Okay. Oh, I forgot to come off VATSIM. Folks, as a courtesy, you ought to come off VATSIM, but like you just saw, if you forget like I did, when you go into replay mode, it will kick you off. All right, then that is so you're not rude to all of those nice pilots out there and controllers, or at least some of the controllers. Just kidding. In going back and forth, and really playing with their minds. Wish they would let us. That would be fun. No. All right, let's take a look at it, shall we? Hey, and guess what? I have music for this, folks. That is approved. I think we're still on the autopilot at this point. Let's find out. Yeah, now we're off. You can see it's starting to wiggle. All right, so here we go, trying to get down. And again, if I cough in your ears, my apology, folks. I'm trying to mute myself before I cough. Okay, here we go, folks. Again, see how prominent those are? Not in the right spot, but see the pappies right there. I kind of will argue the 400 feet a minute, but maybe not 200 feet. Not bad. Let's look at that again. And for those that may want a screenshot, go for it. Actually, that's not a bad landing. See how it looked out of the cockpit here. Right now, we're dead on for a good landing. Not bad. Again, folks, thank you for being a part of Flying with Mike. Let's see how the passengers liked it as we fly over Adelaide. Little thump, but not much. See how the other side looked. That was a nice landing, folks. All right, well, I'm pretty sure we're not going to be able to see this from the tower, but we're going to try. Nope. Really nice looking landing. All right, folks. Well, we're just going to let her roll out there and head for the terminal. I want to thank you all for being a part of Flying with Mike today. It has been a lot of fun. I could have made that intersection, but oh well. Oh well, it is, as they say, it is what it's going to be. All right. Well, folks, hope you all have a great rest of your Wednesday. We'll be back at it as hopeful on Friday. Again, the game plan is Narita to Gimpo. Gimpo is South Korea. Those of you familiar with it, it's the other South Korea airport there in Seoul. Everyone likes Incheon. I'm starting to really like Gimpo. So that's where we're headed with Pan Am if everything works out right. So we'll see you then. But for now, keep it safe. We got a great burst out there for you today. And I hope you all have a great rest of your Wednesday, otherwise known as Hump Day here at Flying with Mike. So we'll see you on Friday. God bless you all. See you then. We'll see you Friday, folks. God bless. Have a great rest of your week.
What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Dangerous times, don't fly too high.